Hey guys, so as you can see, I've got a customer's ski here in my garage, and it is a Sea-Doo Fish Pro. And what the customer came in for is he wanted a fish finder upgrade. So I've removed his old fish finder here, and what he is upgrading to is a Lowrance HDS Live 12-inch, which is the same unit that I've got on my Yamaha over there. But if I hold up the Garmin next to the Lowrance, it gives you an idea of the difference in screen size. So there's a huge difference there. The biggest challenge about this install was mounting this unit, because this unit weighs about 3 kgs. So mounting that securely, because basically everything up here on a Fish Pro is plastic and held together by clips and screws. So I had to fabricate a nice strong bracket to hold that, which is down here, you can see underneath. And I'm quite happy with how that came out. It should be nice and strong and looks nice and tidy as well. It should hold the unit there nice and secure through the chop and everything. And it's nice and easy to reach as well. And at a good position for viewing too, so he should be really happy with that mounting position. Yeah, basically I'm an idiot because I did film steps along the way, but when I updated this unit, because this is a brand new unit and there was a new update in September, so I downloaded the update and installed that onto an SD card and put it on the unit for the customer. What I forgot is that SD card was out of the GoPro that I'd filmed the various steps along the way of the fish finder install. So you miss out on those, but I'll give you a rundown on what I've done. So yeah, basically the unit's been mounted on a custom bracket that might be available to buy if I decide to go in that direction. Otherwise, there's just a quick look. There's a splash guard on the back of the unit to protect all the plugs. And so that's basically in factory position, and everything just works as normal in that respect. So yeah, we removed the old unit, and as far as transducer goes, we've got pretty much the same setup as mine, a active imaging 3-in-1 transducer on the ride plate. So that's going to give you an external transducer central underneath the bottom of the ski, so it's out of the prop wash from the jet pump. Gives you great images in side scan, great images at speed, and the only downside is if you do a lot of beach launching, you're at risk of damaging it. But if you're careful or just anchor the ski and need water, you'll be fine. I've had mine on there for 100 hours and never damaged it. I always use boat ramps, but yeah, it just takes a bit of precaution, and it's a small sacrifice to get a really good fish finder image. So we ran the wiring from underneath the ride plate up the back through the engine compartment of the ski, so we had to take the seats off, take all this plastic base off to get access in there, run the wiring through. We had to open this hatch like that, had to pull all this apart, pull the front panels off to get access to the wiring in there, pull this whole storage compartment out so we could run the wiring through there neatly and up the vent tubes. And yeah, it was just quite a mission really, the way Sea-Doo has done everything. But yeah, it's on there now. It was a bit of a learning curve for me, I will admit, but I'm quite happy with the way it's come out. So the customer has also got these Railblazer rod holders mounted onto these plastic foot rails, and as you can see there's quite a lot of wobble in these, and I'm not putting much force on that at all. So he asked me to have a look to see if there was any way we could mount rod holders up the front here without too much effort. And I pulled the speakers out, pulled these panels off and had a look in there. And I have come up with a bit of a design for mounting rod holders up the front for skis that are not running the speaker system. And it's a bit hard to imagine at this stage, but it will be the 2 rod holders like that, and a drink bottle holder down the bottom. So that's something to look out for on the website. Yeah, but he wanted to retain the speaker system, so I was looking at mounting something through here. There is other rod holders available that go through the plastic, but it's not strong enough to troll with or anything, so he may as well just stick with this setup that he's got here. It's a lot cheaper than putting them up the front there. Yeah, I was going to mount them off the speakers themselves, but as you can see, those speakers have quite a lot of wobble in them, and if you try trolling out of there with a lot of force, you might end up ripping the whole speaker out if you're not careful. So that's something I'm going to keep thinking about for the time being, and hopefully you guys without speakers will have something available soon. But yeah, for the Yamahas, the rear seat rod holders are really popular, so I've also been looking at an option around the rear seat area for rod holders on a Fish Pro, so that is one more thing you can keep your eye out for. So another project that should be available on this website relatively soon is the Fish Pro chopping board, and this is just a chopping board cut to the exact dimensions to fit in this little area on your Fish Pro cooler, and basically held in by two bungees. So undo those and that chopping board will come out, and as you can see, it fits in there perfectly. Put the bungees on and that'll stay in there when you open your cooler, no problem. It's not going to fly off when you're driving down the road, and that just gives you a nice cutting surface to cut your bait on or fillet your fish or do any jobs like that. There's a good fish on that deep V.